So, hello, and apparently I got another top tier matchmaking right here. So let's see what you make out of it. We got a very nice matchmaking too, because 5 cruisers, 3 of the 5 VBs are low tier. The only threat, if you want to put it out this way, is the Asashio. Of course, he got his very stealthy torps, but I honestly think that Asashio is a bit overrated because for a pure DD role, she isn't that good, to be fair. Alright, so I will just fast forward for the first 2 minutes or so and see what happens. Down again. It's actually going way slower than you think. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Because I think he's trying to stop or reverse even. However, that's Russian long-range dispersion for you, so unfortunate.
Внимание, передаю координаты цели.
Okay, somebody else just blubbed him. Maybe you can get the kill. A bit too much lead, maybe. Yeah, a bit too much lead. If you would have aimed like 1 centimeter shorter or more towards the ship middle, you would actually have gotten the kill here. Okay, that was a very fast first kill. A cruiser at that too. Yep, that guy overextended pretty badly, so you should be able to punish him. You are also unspotted while shooting, that's also nice to know. So the other DD is on the other side most likely. Yeah, the Aegir fucked up big time. I would keep my shots on the Aegir. Okay, yeah. You might be doing it in time. Yeah, okay, you switched now, so that's it. Honestly, I would like you to shoot the Aegir, or would have shot the Aegir here, because I think you should have gotten some more shells onto his nose. I mean, it's okay anyway. So, enemy DD kinda went out the cap. It's an Öland, so he got very fast drops. Just keep that one in mind. A bit more lead, please. Yep. This should be fine. You clipped the island, unfortunately. So, positioning wise, what do I see? What would I suggest? I mean, right now you are pushing around the outer corner. Is actually a reasonable decision, because your ship excels at tanking, and if you have like a power in position on an island, especially on that kind of range, the enemy will have a very hard time to get you out again. What I don't like is that you put your guns on a zoomer and the other side on the map, basically. And the reasons for that is A, that your long range dispersion is shit, B, he's stopping anyway, and C, you got a B and a cruiser in front of you. What? Ah, you're playing it that way, okay. I honestly would have went a bit more forward, like, let me just get manual control for a second. Like, this bit of the island. If you would have parked there, you should have been able, like not anymore of course, but you should have been able to get shots on the Isaac and on the Aegir, because they were too far on the 2 line. Maybe you get a good broadside shot now, however. Yeah, looks nice, I think. Yep, nice blub, good job. Apparently the Ege wants to die too, because he's speeding up again. You should put the turrets there, yeah. I honestly also would accelerate now, because he might want to try and torp you. I think the Ege has torps, right? Okay, I have to check afterwards. I think the Ege has torps. I'm not too sure right now, I'm sorry.
Союзник, требуется твоя поддержка. Хорошая работа.
I'm not really sure what those two guys are doing. Cause this right now this is just a suicide move. It's just stupid in any way. And for some reason the Musashi decides to sit fucking broadside to an Isaac. This was so unnecessary. If he would have pointed his nose towards the Isaac, he couldn't have done shit to him. But once again, this is just a side note. Try to get your kill shot now. I think it's a bit too much lead.
Сфокусировать огонь на вражеском корабле.
Still got 5 pens, it's good. And honestly, you should accelerate into this gap between those two islands now.
Истребитель уничтожен.
Because the way you are doing it right now,
Координаты важной цели.
you're basically showing full sight to the 3 ships that come around the corner. That's not good. Okay, you got the kill, nice.
Линкор врага потоплен. Противника получила преимущество.
Сфокусировать огонь на вражеском корабле.
I'm not too sure how to feel about this. You should also not slow down. You should just go full ham and kill the Ege in front. Okay, so he has torps. I wasn't wrong. Isn't that nice? I actually know some stuff. Alright, alright. That's a Zara. And apparently Zara isn't aware how smoke firing works, especially the penalty. Yeah, second set of torps, as to be expected. Alright, so you kinda lost your ship in the last 2 minutes now, and I guess you're gonna go down soon. Maybe you can get in a nice blab. Ah, you're grounding, that's it. Try to get your shot on this neon.
Пожарная тревога.
Yeah, nice damage, 20k. Okay, you're actually using this Russian AP captain. That's also nice to see. Okay, yeah, shots were a bit too low. I'm also amazed that the KGV just gives you full broadside for no fucking reason, but whatever. So, game's over at this point, no big surprise. What can I say about it? I mean, you got your damage out of it at least. You got like 135k, that's a reasonable value, a reasonable amount. Could you have played it better? And the answer is a big yes. And I especially see 2 situations, so I will just slow it down a bit and try to get the camera again. Is one ship close to there? Not really close, but like you were sitting on this 2-line island, right? As I said, if you had kind of peeked around this corner, right, you would have shots on the Isaac and would have had shots on the Aegir, because both were too far out on the 2-line. So if you had peeked, you would have actually seen their full hull, and if they tried to turn in, you could have blabbed the broadsides. And I 90% assure you this would have happened. I mean, it's always the case. People see something they didn't estimate, panic, and try to get out of it as fast as possible, and they just turn broadside towards a BB, for example. That was the one situation I didn't like, because if you would have went out there, you could have, for one thing, get some free farm, and for another, most likely turned the way those guys were moving forward. Because I'm pretty sure if you had shot the Isaac for 20k right there at this situation, he would most likely have turned out and didn't proceed to go into the cap zone. That is the one thing, but the other one, and I think I pointed it out too, is that you were at that gap. You had this island on your right side, where you were pointing the turrets towards is Isaac and Aegir. And what I could already see on the minimap is like 2 or 3 ships coming around the 2 line on this island position I wanted you to stay before. And those guys basically push into your side or into your stern. And that's like a position where you don't want to have enemies as a Russian BB. And what would have been better here is that you would just had moved into this gap between this big island and a small one right left to it, instead of kind of staying there, what you just did. And why is that? Because that way you would have hard blocked those 3 ships behind you, right? Because those 3 guys were going on the outside, and this would have given you enough time to turn your turrets the other way, come around the small island, basically doing a 180, and by the time you would have been spotted again, or at least I think so, you should have already either have a good angle or should be in the progress of getting that angle. So yeah, it's a kind of a poker, so you might get a big blob like 15-20k, but it's still better than to die for nothing. And if you had a bow in position towards this King George, Sarah, and I didn't even remember the third ship right now, you might have actually just won this, or better said, you could have out-tanked this, because KGV can't do much to you with AP, what he shot at you. With AG on this range, it's also like, I don't know, 3 or 4k hits, so it doesn't really hurt. Same goes for the Sarah. The Sarah is in general really weak against Russian BBs. And yeah, like you are T9, he's at T7. What should he do? And like I said, I can't remember the third one. Yeah, aside from that, yeah, these kind of obvious tops from Aegir. You dodged the first salvo, 8-2 on the second one, but honestly, you were also pretty close to him, so it's not really a big surprise that you couldn't dodge it. Yeah, I think there's much more to add, to be honest. But like I said, it was basically the way you positioned in these 2 situations that most likely killed you and might have saved your game if you would have played it a bit different otherwise. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I think that's all.